sorry, I don't. And then, even though she is secure in her stance, amused perhaps by my social transgression, I fumble for some excuse. Forgive me, I'm not good with faces. She laughs then, a long, exhilarating sound, like a wind chime. I don't blame you. I think you were about 3 feet tall the last time you saw me. She reaches out a hand, dainty and freckled. I'm Annalise Whitaker. I was your nanny. Her hand remains in the air for a moment, outstretched, like the bare limb of a winter tree before I take it. Sue Keller. But of course she knows who I am. She says she was my nanny. I used to babysit you when you lived upstate. I flinch unintentionally. She knew my mother. How's your dad? He always wanted to move back up there later in life. I bite the inside of my cheek, savoring the tenderized spot there, made bloody by my anxious jaw. He passed last year. Car accident. Annalise puts a hand to her mouth, her eyes widening behind the glasses. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. You must miss him a lot, don't you? He was your whole world back when I knew you. I offer her a smile. Yes, well, aren't most little girls that way with their fathers? The child is still screaming for lunch. His mother is speaking to another woman, the three of them the only people left in front of the church. Yes, well, I guess that's true. You and your dad had a special bond, though. She gazes at me then, her face full of compassion, those green eyes penetrative. And we're silent, for a beat too long, so I find myself shuffling, moving around her. I actually have to meet a friend. I check my wrist, though I'm not wearing a watch. But it was funny running into you. I give her what I hope is an apologetic smile, backing away from her toward the curb. She stops me, one of those tiny hands on my wrist, almost tugging at my sleeve like a child. Wait! I'd love to see you again. She digs around in her purse. I catch sight of a book, earbuds, some capped pens, a grimy-looking chapstick. She takes out a receipt, uncaps a pen, and leans the paper against the church's stone masonry, scrawling her number. The figures are dainty, like her hands. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Tell your friend a crazy lady stopped and demanded you spend time with her. She laughs again, that wind chime chortle, and I pocket the receipt. Nice to see you again, I call, making the traffic light just in time. When I cross the street and turn, she's gone, consumed by the hordes. No sign of that red hair glinting in the sunlight. And you stopped? I would have kept on walking. No time for nutso people like that. Beth says through the phone as I pace my studio, absent-mindedly throwing trash away, smoothing out the creases in my bedspread, my phone nestled between my shoulder and ear. I set it down and put her on speaker. I have the urge, suddenly, to rearrange the furniture in this minuscule apartment, to move the bed to the other side of the room, away from the window, from the noise of the street. She knew my name, Beth. She called out, Sue. I wasn't going to ignore that. Outside, a siren wails and I pull down the shade. That's why you always wear headphones, so you have an excuse not to deal with those kinds of people. Beth smacks her gum, the noise ricocheting through the tinny speaker. So you really don't remember if I had a nanny called Annalise? I crumple up the wax paper from my bagel, letting it drift to the floor. The old family photo albums from that period are in storage, buried deep inside the disorganized cardboard boxes I hired movers to collect when I cleaned out Dad's apartment. Dude, we met when we were 5. I don't think I knew my own mom's name back then. I certainly wouldn't remember who your babysitter was. I close my eyes and massage my temples, my usual insomnia-inflicted headache edging toward a dull throb.